In the bustling world of morning television, where celebrities often grace the couches with polished smiles and rehearsed anecdotes, an unprecedented drama unfolded on Lorraine Kelly's show that left viewers across the nation stunned and buzzing with speculation. The guest in question was none other than the legendary Sir Elton John, whose illustrious career spans decades of chart-topping hits, flamboyant performances, and a persona that's as colorful as his iconic outfits. The segment was meant to be a light-hearted chat promoting his latest album and reflecting on his life in the spotlight, but tensions simmered from the start. Lorraine, known for her warm and approachable style, began by asking about Elton's family life with his husband David Furnish and their 2 sons, a topic that usually elicits heartwarming stories. However, Elton seemed irritable, perhaps jet-lagged from a recent tour or dealing with personal matters undisclosed to the public. As the conversation progressed, Lorraine innocently probed into his past feuds with other celebrities, referencing old rivalries that Elton had long buried. This struck a nerve, and what began as a mild disagreement escalated into a heated exchange. Elton accused Lorraine of sensationalizing his personal history for ratings, his voice rising in pitch as he defended his privacy. The studio audience gasped as the music icon stood up abruptly, knocking over a coffee mug in the process, spilling liquid across the pristine set. Producers scrambled behind the scenes, signaling for a commercial break, but Elton wasn't done. He launched into a tirade about the invasiveness of modern media, pointing fingers at Lorraine and calling her questions tabloid trash disguised as journalism. Lorraine, ever the professional, tried to diffuse the situation with her signature Scottish charm, apologizing if she overstepped, but Elton was beyond consolation. He demanded to leave the set immediately, storming off amid whispers and shocked expressions from the crew. Security was called to escort him out, though reports later clarified it was more for his safety than anything else. The live broadcast cut to an awkward filler segment, leaving viewers at home refreshing their social media feeds for updates. Twitter exploded with hashtags like #Elton vs Lorraine and #Heated Clash, as fans debated whether Elton was justified or if he overreacted. Some praised his authenticity, while others criticized his diva-like behavior on a family-friendly show. In the aftermath, Lorraine addressed the incident on air the next day, expressing regret but standing by her intent to have an engaging conversation. Elton's team issued a statement citing a misunderstanding, but the damage was done. This clash highlighted the fragile line between celebrity access and personal boundaries in entertainment journalism. As the story spread, tabloids feasted on the details, speculating about underlying issues in Elton's life, from health concerns to creative frustrations. Yet, amidst the chaos, it reminded everyone of Elton's passionate spirit that has fueled his music for years. The incident became a talking point in pop culture, spawning memes, parodies, and even late-night skits. Lorraine's show, typically a haven of positivity, proved that even the most seasoned hosts can encounter unpredictable moments. For Elton, it was perhaps a cathartic release, but for the audience, it was unscripted television gold that they'd recount for years. The fallout included cancelled appearances and heightened security at future interviews, underscoring how one heated moment can ripple through the industry. In retrospect, this clash might have been inevitable given Elton's history of outspokenness, from his advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights to his candid battles with addiction. Lorraine, on her part, bounced back with grace, inviting viewer feedback and turning the negative into a discussion on mental health in the public eye. As paragraphs like this weave the narrative, the script builds layers of drama, emotion, and reflection, ensuring the video captivates from start to finish without relying on visual cues or segmented scenes. The story's essence lies in the raw human element, where fame meets vulnerability in a public arena. Delving deeper into the prelude of the infamous clash, it's essential to understand the build-up that led to Elton John's explosive exit from Lorraine Kelly's morning program. The day started ordinarily enough, with the show's team preparing for what they anticipated as a highlight episode featuring the Rocket Man himself. Elton arrived at the studio in London, dressed in a signature vibrant suit adorned with sequins that caught the morning light streaming through the windows. His entourage was minimal, a sign perhaps of his desire for a low-key appearance, but insiders noted a certain edginess in his demeanor from the get-go. Pre-interview chats in the green room were cordial, with Lorraine complimenting Elton on his recent philanthropy work, particularly his AIDS foundation that has raised millions. Yet, as they transitioned to the live set, the atmosphere shifted subtly. The opening banter flowed smoothly, with Elton sharing amusing stories from his early days in the music industry, regaling the audience with tales of wild parties and collaborations with legends like John Lennon. Lorraine, with her infectious laugh, kept the energy high, but then she veered into more personal territory. She asked about Elton's thoughts on aging in the spotlight, a question that many stars face but one that Elton interpreted as ageist. His response was sharp, countering with a quip about how experience trumps youth and talent. The exchange could have ended there, but Lorraine pressed on, mentioning a recent documentary that portrayed Elton's temperamental side during recording sessions. This was the spark that ignited the fire. Elton's face flushed, and he interrupted her mid-sentence, accusing the show of ambushing him with negative portrayals. The studio fell into a tense silence, broken only by the faint hum of cameras. Lorraine attempted to steer back to lighter topics, like his favorite songs to perform live, but Elton was unraveling. He stood, removing his microphone pack with deliberate force, declaring that he wouldn't be part of a gotcha interview. The production team, caught off guard, whispered urgently into earpieces, deciding whether to cut the feed. Viewers at home watched in real time as Elton paced the set, gesturing animatedly while Lorraine remained seated, her expression a mix of concern and professionalism. Security personnel appeared at the edges of the frame, ready to intervene if needed. Elton's parting words were a blistering critique of daytime TV's superficiality, claiming it exploits celebrities for cheap thrills. As he exited stage left, the camera panned to a bewildered Lorraine, who smoothly transitioned to the weather update, though her voice betrayed a slight tremor. Post-incident, the show's ratings skyrocketed, with clips going viral on platforms like YouTube and TikTok. Analysts debated the authenticity. Was it staged for publicity? Elton's history of dramatic moments, like his fallout with Madonna or his candid interviews about sobriety, lent credence to it being genuine. Lorraine, in a follow-up segment, shared how such events remind her of the unpredictability of live TV. The clash spurred conversations about respect in interviews, with celebrities weighing in on social media. Some sided with Elton, citing intrusive questioning, while others lauded Lorraine's handling. The script here expands on the emotional undercurrents, painting a vivid picture of the confrontation without visual aids, relying on descriptive narrative to immerse the viewer. It explores themes of fame's toll, media ethics, and personal resilience, making the video not just sensational but thought-provoking. As the paragraphs unfold, they layer complexity, revealing motivations and consequences that enrich the storyline. Examining the immediate repercussions of Elton John's stormy departure from Lorraine Kelly's show reveals a cascade of reactions that rippled through the entertainment world and beyond. Right after the broadcast cut away, the studio was abuzz with frantic discussions among producers, who debated how to spin the incident in the media. Elton, meanwhile, was whisked away to his waiting car, where he reportedly vented to his manager about the disrespectful line of questioning. Social media ignited almost instantly, with fans posting clips captured from their TVs, analyzing every gesture and word. Hashtags trended globally, drawing comments from fellow musicians like Ed Sheeran, who tweeted support for Elton's right to privacy, and TV hosts sharing similar experiences. Lorraine, composing herself off-air, consulted with her team on damage control, opting for transparency in her next appearance. The following day, she opened her show with a heartfelt monologue, acknowledging the clash and expressing admiration for Elton despite the disagreement. She emphasized that interviews are dialogues, not interrogations, and invited viewers to share their thoughts. Elton's response came via Instagram, where he posted a cryptic message about standing up for oneself, accompanied by a photo from his garden, signaling a desire to move on. Tabloids, however, milked the story for weeks, publishing alleged insider accounts of what happened backstage, claims of raised voices in the hallway and Elton refusing apologies. Ratings for Lorraine's show surged, proving the adage that controversy sells. but it also prompted internal reviews at ITV about guest vetting and question sensitivity. Elton's tour schedule remained unaffected, with sold-out shows where fans chanted his name louder, perhaps in solidarity. The incident sparked broader discussions on mental health in the industry, with Elton's past struggles with depression and addiction resurfacing as context for his reaction. Advocacy groups praised him for not tolerating invasive probes, while critics labeled it an overreaction from a privileged star. Video essays on YouTube dissected the body language, noting Lorraine's open posture versus Elton's defensive stance. In celebrity circles, it became a cautionary tale, with agents advising clients on exit strategies for uncomfortable interviews. Lorraine received flowers from Elton a week later, a gesture that hinted at reconciliation, though neither confirmed it publicly. The script narrative here delves into the aftermath's multifaceted impacts, from personal apologies to societal reflections, crafting a comprehensive tale that extends beyond the clash itself. It highlights resilience, forgiveness, and the evolving dynamics of celebrity-media relations. As the video progresses through these paragraphs, it builds empathy for both parties, avoiding one-sided portrayals. The descriptive prose paints scenes vividly at the chaotic studio, the viral storm online, the quiet moments of reflection, ensuring engagement without relying on actual footage. This approach transforms a sensational title into a nuanced story, exploring the human frailties under the glare of fame. Approximately 2,478 characters including spaces. To fully appreciate the cultural significance of the Elton John-Lorraine Kelly clash, one must consider the historical context of similar on-air meltdowns that have captivated audiences over the years. Elton's outburst joins a pantheon of infamous moments, like Tom Cruise's couch jumping on Oprah or Kanye West's interruption at the VMAs, each marking a point where celebrity composure cracks under pressure. In Elton's case, his advocacy for authenticity in an often scripted world amplified the event's resonance. The script explores how this incident reflected broader shifts in media consumption, where live TV's unpredictability competes with polished streaming content. Viewers, craving real emotion, replayed the clip millions of times, dissecting Lorraine's facial expressions for signs of regret or defiance. Elton, with his knighthood and Oscar wins, embodied the clash between artistic integrity and commercial promotion. His music, from Your Song to I'm Still Standing, often themes resilience, mirroring his real-life stance. Lorraine, a staple of British TV for decades, represented the everyman's voice, her questions echoing public curiosity. The fallout included parody sketches on shows like Saturday Night Live, where actors exaggerated the drama for laughs. Music critics speculated if the stress influenced Elton's upcoming projects, perhaps inspiring edgier lyrics. Fan forums buzzed with theories, from hidden beefs to publicity stunts, though evidence leaned toward genuine friction. ITV's executives held meetings to refine protocols, ensuring future guests feel safe while maintaining engaging content. Elton's philanthropy saw a boost, with donations spiking as supporters rallied. Lorraine used the platform to discuss boundary setting and conversations, turning a negative into educational dialogue. The narrative arc in this paragraph weaves historical parallels with contemporary analysis, enriching the video's depth. It examines psychological aspects, like how fame isolates individuals, making public interactions powder kegs. Descriptive elements evoke the tension, Elton's clenched fists, Lorraine's steady gaze, the audience's hushed anticipation. As the script continues, it fosters understanding, portraying neither as villain but as humans navigating high-stakes environments. This balanced view encourages viewers to reflect on their own consumption of celebrity drama, questioning the ethics of spectating personal conflicts. Ultimately, the clash humanized both icons, reminding us that behind the glamour lie vulnerabilities we all share. Reflecting on the long-term legacy of the heated clash between Elton John and Lorraine Kelly, it's clear that such events often catalyze positive change within the entertainment industry. Months after the incident, both parties appeared to have mended fences, with Elton sending a signed album to Lorraine as a peace offering, and her publicly praising his contributions to music on her show. This reconciliation underscored the transient nature of conflicts in the public eye, where egos clash but mutual respect endures. The event prompted training sessions for TV hosts on sensitive interviewing techniques, emphasizing empathy over sensationalism. Elton, inspired perhaps by the ordeal, channeled his energy into advocacy, speaking at conferences about media's role in mental health awareness. His foundation benefited from increased visibility, funding more initiatives for HIV research. Lorraine's show evolved, incorporating segments on celebrity well-being, inviting experts to discuss the pressures of fame. Viewers appreciated this shift, with surveys showing higher engagement post-clash. The script narrative captures this evolution, detailing how adversity fosters growth. It describes hypothetical future scenarios, like a joint appearance where they laugh off the past, symbolizing forgiveness. Broader implications include policy changes at networks, mandating pre-approved questions for high-profile guests. Social media's role amplified the story, but also highlighted toxicity, with cyberbullying targeting both. Elton addressed this in interviews, urging kindness online. Lorraine, resilient as ever, continued her career trajectory, even penning a book chapter on the experience. The paragraph builds on themes of redemption, illustrating how one moment can redefine narratives. Vivid storytelling evokes post-clash calm, Elton in his studio composing, Lorraine hosting with renewed vigor. This approach ensures the video ends on an uplifting note, transforming drama into inspiration. Extending the analysis, the clash also influenced aspiring artists, who cited it as a lesson in asserting boundaries. Music biopics referenced similar incidents, drawing parallels to Elton's own film Rocketman. Fan art proliferated, depicting the moment in humorous or dramatic styles. Industry awards recognized Lorraine's poise, nominating her for hosting excellence. Elton's concerts feature dedications to true friends and media, subtly nodding to the resolution. Overall, the legacy endures as a testament to human complexity in the spotlight. Concluding the epic tale of Elton John's dramatic exit from Lorraine Kelly's show, the incident stands as a pivotal moment in television history, blending spectacle with substantive discourse on privacy and respect. Years later, it's recounted in documentaries as a turning point that humanized celebrities and hosts alike. Elton reflected in his memoir on the clash as a wake-up call to prioritize self-care amid promotional demands. Lorraine, in turn, credited it with deepening her interviewing skills, leading to more authentic conversations. The video script culminates here, weaving all threads into a cohesive narrative that entertains while educating. It speculates on alternate outcome as a what-if cooler heads prevailed, but affirms the value in unscripted authenticity. Descriptive finale paints a montage of reconciliation, shared laughs at charity events, mutual shout-outs on social media. This closure leaves viewers pondering their role in celebrity culture, encouraging compassionate engagement. As the paragraphs wrap, the story transcends the title, becoming a multifaceted exploration of fame's intricacies. Approximately 1,245 characters extend. Further, the clash-inspired songs, with indie artists penning tributes to standing one's ground. Media studies courses analyze it as case study in crisis management. Elton's enduring legacy, bolstered by this, cements him as an icon unafraid of vulnerability. Lorraine's show thrives, a beacon of warmth in daytime TV. Ultimately, the heated clash, though stormy, cleared the air for a better understanding across the board.